Welcome to our extended and more video podcast here on Toronto Talk Sports and More, episode number 18. If you haven't done so already, check out our full audio podcast, which was released on our website at torontotalksports.com. All right, well, I'm your host, Zion Hezekiah, aka Hez. Once again, this is Toronto Talk Sports and More with a very special edition on digital dating. Let me introduce our very special guest. We're pleased to welcome author, speaker, television personality, celebrity matchmaker, and Canada's most sought-after certified dating coach and online dating expert, Carmelia Ray. How are you, my dear?
I'm great. I'm so excited.
Welcome, welcome. So excited and glad to have you here. All right, well, listen, we have two singles who have agreed to come on and bear it all. To tell us about their experiences with digital dating and to get some live coaching from our expert. So here to my left, first we have Nicole M. Casanova, otherwise known as Nikki World Boss. And perhaps you'll tell us a little more about that nickname. So quick bio on Nikki. She's a 40-something-ish. Apparently that's what the bio says. A 40-something-ish plus-size travel and lifestyle blogger who's always looking for her next adventure. She was born and raised in Toronto to Jamaican parents. Shout out to J.A. Woohoo! All right. Nikki is a former radio personality, and in the past she's hosted her own lifestyle web TV show. Miss Casanova is a body-positive advocate and uses her platform to encourage plus-size acceptance and promote that beauty comes in many different shapes and sizes, which I definitely agree with that. At present, Nicole is organizing her very first trip to Colombia, as her goal is to influence as many people as she can to think outside of the box and to travel the world. That is awesome. Nicole, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right. And last but not least, we have Farzan Tashvili. And I'm very glad to have another male joining me on the set here.
Glad to be here.
He is a 36-year-old living in downtown Toronto, works in corporate sales for a financial institution. His hobbies include working out at the gym, playing sports, enjoying the outdoors, and playing live music all across our wonderful province of Ontario. I'm sure we'll hear more about that. Farzan is ambitious, he's goal-oriented, and he has a 10-year plan in place to become financially independent. Do you hear that, ladies? He has a 10-year plan in place. So
good.
Don't wait for the 10 years. You better get at him now, because by that time, exactly, it could be too late. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. You're both single, and you have a very unique opportunity here to tap into the expertise of a very successful matchmaker and digital dating expert. So let's get right to it. Nikki, what do they say? Ladies first? Okay. We'll begin with you. So tell us a little bit about your experiences with, online dating, maybe a little bit of what you're looking for, and feel free to ask our expert, anything you like.
Okay, my experience thus far has not been a positive experience online.
In those 40-ish years?
40-ish
I've tried quite a few of the dating sites, and I find that a lot of people on there are not looking for long-term relationships. Like, they might say I'm looking for the long-term relationship, but ideally they're looking for a hookup.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if it's my profile that's inviting these people to think that I'm down for the hookup too, or if that's just what people are looking for now, just a hookup.
And Nikki, I said that I definitely wanted to see your Tinder profile so that I could sort of see.
Do you want me to read my profile?
Yeah, for sure. Let's do that. We have time for that, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's do it. That's why we're here.
He'll make time for it.
Oh, yeah. Bring it on. Give us all the goods, Nikki. All the goods.
Well, because it's interesting. When you say that that's been your experience, do you share the same experience, whether it's a mobile app, a traditional dating site or you know, just meeting in real life, or is it exclusive? Like almost everywhere, you're finding it challenging to meet men that want something serious.
Yes.
In your experience?
In my experience, online, it's been a lot of people want hookups. But even in person, I guess, based on my age, the men that are single around my age, a lot of them have been married and now they're newly divorced. So they're just looking to have a good time now. They're not, they don't want to settle down for right now because they've tasted the freedom. So unless I'm going to...
want to taste something else, apparently. Did we just go there? Oh boy.
No,
Toronto Talk Sports and more, baby.
We didn't go there. You went there.
Oh,
You said that. Wow. Very dangerous stuff.
So here's my Tinder profile. I just want to say right now my account is not active.
And I need to see the photos, but you can read that. I'd love to hear what you've written about yourself on your Tinder profile.
Okay, here it goes. I absolutely love to laugh. So if you can make me laugh, you've already halfway won my heart. I'm a 5'3", what you see is what you get, love to travel, adventurous, plus size, law-abiding, badass. I like to try new things and be out and about, but I also appreciate the quiet nights in. I love fishing. I'd really appreciate a man who found it romantic to bait my rod for me, because I hate touching worms. I'm looking for a king to build my castle with.
Okay. I think what's really missing there is that you've left an open door policy for any man to respond to you. What you've said is you're looking for your king, but there's nothing definitive about who that king is. Is he employed? Does he smoke? Does he like the same things that you like? How tall is he? What does he look like? What are his values? So that way a man reading that can kind of weed himself out. Your profile should invite the type of man you're looking to attract. Right. So that may be part of the reason why, you know, why you're attracting those men. And nothing in there says you want a long-term relationship. Nothing in there says that. So you're wondering why you're attracting hookups. You're not clear about the kind of relationship that you're here, that you want.
And you've seen my pictures. What do you think of?
It's interesting, the order of the pictures. I think they're lovely. I would use picture 2 versus picture 1. And in fact, picture 1 almost looks like you're in a wedding dress. And you're not facing the camera. And I also like the activity one better. You're not facing the camera in your main one. You're wearing a white dress. That could be a detractor.
Potentially, I
it could be a detractor.
Right.
Color is better. You have a beautiful smile. The other photos show more of your personality. Picture 2 has a nice dress. You're looking right at the camera and you're smiling. But the picture of you beside the bike is flirty. It's fun. These are my top 3: fun, feminine, flirty. That's what men want to see. Cute, catchy, and current. That's another.
Sounds about right.
Right? Yeah. So men are going to see that. Your first profile, you ain't even looking down at that time of day for you, right? So think about that. You really want to, And also, the other photos show your whole body type. Right. And you already said that you are a plus size woman. And it's just, that's my choice. It's the order of your photos need to be changed. And there were 2 of them that I would just not even use because I just don't think they're flattering. Like that's my opinion, right? So you really want to show, like, it's too dark. I think the yellow dress, the yellow dress is way too dark. You got backlight. I would not look. That's nothing for you. And then the other, that's cute. That one looks, not your most flattering. It's more about the background. You do not want to detract from the beautiful person you are. You're not there to show where you're at. You're there to show you. Whereas the bike has an indication that you like that lifestyle.
Right. And
it's super cute.
So what's more important in terms of perspective, the images or what you actually put, so the text, the actual content?
For women attracting men, photos mean more than the write-up.
Sounds about right.
Right? And she might have lost the guy already at baiting the fit because you really want to just be succinct with men. Just get like really to the point of like
a taste or flavor for you, and then who should be writing for you, writing to you.
See, I put in that whole bait my rod thing just so they can see, like, you know, my
that is cute.
fun spirit kind of.
That is cute. You like like it's chivalry as well.
Yeah.
Right. So you don't like it's cute. But important real estate. It's just like Twitter. You get 280 characters to say your point. Consider your profile on Tinder, your Twitter profile. You really want to get them very impactfully for what you want, and you're missing the key thing: a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
So that's the disqualifier.
Right.
Questions that you wanted to ask? Feel free to ask Carmelia a question.
Well, I had asked some of my friends on Facebook if they have any questions for you, but this is actually a good one that I want to know. So, in today's day and age, usually, well, before we wait for the men to, you know, hit us up in the DM or, you know, approach us.
Yes.
So now, if we see someone that we like, do you suggest we hit them up in their DM, or we approach them, or do we sit back and wait for?
Is this a real question?
Because there are absolutely some friends that I have who will not respond to a man, who will not write to a man first.
And how's that working out for them?
Well, they're still on there, but I'm still on there too, so I can't.
Okay,
really,
I have 1,
you
2,
know.
3, 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 men here. I can 100% tell you that if men get a message from a woman expressing interest, that's a good thing.
Right.
Yes or no?
Absolutely.
It's almost preferred.
Sure, why not?
It's almost preferred, especially when it's coming from somebody they want to message. Right? Like you don't. I'm going to use a sports cliche. You can't, you know, you can't win a game that you're not playing.
Yeah.
You can't win a game when you're sitting on the bench. Like you have to play the game.
That's it.
So if they're gonna sit there, guess what? Some other woman's gonna be in that DM, girl.
Yeah.
Like that's it. They're definitely very aggressive, very intentional.
Yeah.
Women these days, and that really men love confidence.
Yeah.
And if it's somebody I would never let, I'm not single anymore, but I would have never, nor have I ever let a man walk away from me that I wanted to get to know, ever.
Okay. Good to know. Okay.
There's ways to approach too.
You
There's
miss
ways to-
100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly.
Another sports
Wayne
guy.
Gretzky.
Yeah.
There you go.
Trying to talk sports some more.
That's it.
So listen,
Plug for the
thank you very much,
sports.
Carmelia.
you're welcome.
Excellent. That was
That
great.
was great. That was
Farnaz,
great.
you ready to join the conversation?
Yes, I am.
All right,
Talking
so why
about it,
don't
I'm
you
scared.
share a little bit of your online dating experience with us? Let us know a little bit about what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And feel free to ask Carmelia a question.
Yeah, so my dating experience has been fantastic, unlike my counterpart here. So primarily on Bumble.
Okay.
Great platform for the most part. So what I'm finding with Bumble is the commitment level on Bumble is not 100% there, both on the man and woman side. For example, the lady has to message you first. And
Yes.
sometimes the lady will message you, but then she won't. You'll respond, and then it's almost like an instant gratification that you responded to her, and then she disappears, right? And the other thing that I'm noticing is whether it's the guy or the girl, you go on a date or two, things escalate, and then either the guy or the girl will completely disappear.
Okay.
So it's this like culture of instant gratification. As soon as you either message each other or go out, it's over with. So it puts the guy up, his guard up, and I think it puts the ladies' guards up as well. So it's been an interesting experience. It really has. So I think you have to sift through it. Anything else? Yeah.
Okay, so your experience has been mainly positive. Correct me if I'm wrong here. You are getting engagement, but in some cases, the simple response dies off, so they ghost, as you said.
Yeah.
Right? And you think it has more to do with that dopamine hit, or like, oh, yeah, he messaged me, right?
Yes, yeah.
So I have a point about that. It could very well be the quality of your response,
Yes,
okay?
which is
so
probably right.
that is number one, because that's test number one.
Uh-huh.
If she messaged you and you said, hey back, what's up, or anything less than a meaningful response and a curiosity that puts you over that edge.
Right.
And a lot of time he's like, oh, there you go.
No, you know what? That's exactly correct. Because my typical response is, hey, good looking.
Oh God, I would not message you back.
Yeah, so that probably would be it. And
That's
I think
it. You're gone.
I think
You're
my
gone.
I think my mental.
Thank you for that. Thank you for being honest. But I
yeah.
would have ghosted that message too.
For sure, and maybe it's because of my headspace, right? Because you know, as a guy, I'm not.
And even,
I just want to take it easy.
Listen,
I don't want to go in too hot. I don't want to make.
But that was the
we're just
thing
getting to
you
know each other.
flattered her is about her looks. She already knows she's pretty.
Right.
Right? It's like you could have said something like, so nice to be met. I love being messaged by intelligent, smart, like something that you read her profile,
right.
You repeated back something that she said, and you instantly said that you invited her out for a real conversation.
Right, right.
I love women that take the time to get to know, that take the time to express interest.
Right.
That's a really great quality. Blah, 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 ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, good looking. Fail. That
right.
does not pass.
I mean, for me, it's good. But
No.
right. No, that's
okay. So
that's great advice.
That's one.
Okay.
Now let's talk about the point of escalation. You've managed the hey, good looking worked. She responded back. I have a blueprint, by the way, for messaging and what actually should be in the content and body of that message. So we'll talk about that after.
I'll
right?
need that.
Yeah, there's definitely a blueprint, and it's not a copy paste because you really have to be intentional and specific with the woman you're messaging.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
But you can kind of insert. So there are some blueprints that you can just insert.
Okay.
Name.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, I need
Simple
those.
and easy.
I need those templates. So talk to me about escalation. When you say escalate to date 2-3 or escalate sexually. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, depending on the gal, depending on the girl. I mean, yes, it could be like a one-day close.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so one day close, and you're good with the expectation that was that the goal though?
I mean, here's
the
the
one
thing.
day close the goal.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. Break it down, brother.
And I don't want to sound crass when I say this, but I think that men and or women or both parties when they get together, they can instantly know if it's going to be a long-term thing, right?
Do you know right off the bat?
You can pretty much tell pretty quickly when you speak with somebody and get to know them. Sometimes you just know right away.
Right.
And sometimes you're both like, okay, you know what? We both know this isn't going to go anywhere.
But
Your
let's
place
just
or
do
mine.
it.
Yeah, sure. This is the real world. This is the real world. I'm just telling
And
you.
you're not even
And
more.
And more. Right? I mean, this happens.
Let's keep it real, guys.
I mean, 2018,
TTS.
ladies are also, they're getting out there and they're having fun.
So where is the first date? Do you typically take coffee dates or do you actually wine dine? Like, what's your process normally?
Normally we go to a decent, somewhat upper class establishment. When I say upper class, I'm talking about like a SIBO wine bar or a Joey or something like that, right?
For drinks? Okay.
Yeah. No need. Yeah.
And do you always pay or does it depend?
You know what? I've been paying a lot.
Okay.
That was one of my questions for you.
We did talk about that in pre-production.
It's breaking the bank because I mean I took this one girl out 3 dates. It cost me $300, $100 a pop.
Yeah.
And then we.
Did you escalate?
We consummated our love for one another. But then I find out she's living with her ex-boyfriend.
Oh wow.
She calls me on Friday, tells me she can't be with me anymore. But then she calls me on Saturday and says, "Get over here."
Oh my goodness.
These are the women that you find on Bumble.
You did not. Yeah, but you have a poor screening process. You didn't have a great pre-qualified.
Yeah, and I kind of knew.
So did you go
I
over
kind of knew. Are you kidding me? I was like, I'll be there as soon as
I
possible.
guess her ex-boyfriend, he was out that.
He was there. He was there. God bless him. Yeah, I mean.
And
He brought me
more,
water.
and more.
He brought me water. He brought me water. Okay, sorry.
Oh man. Okay.
Oh man.
So I mean,
This is interesting.
at the same time, I don't hear a
Crazy
lot
world.
of disappointment though in
No,
what you're saying.
I
Like,
mean,
you're having fun.
I'm having a good time, but
You're
listen.
having fun.
Listen,
it's
I'm not
not
getting.
like he's not boohooing in the corner over
No,
here.
no. But I'm not getting any younger, right?
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, yeah.
You get in terms of the same with Nikki. You have to really be intentional and say to the ladies what you're looking for.
Right.
And if you're okay with that,
Yes.
like if you weren't okay with that, like would you go on another $100 dinner date with her knowing that?
No.
Okay, so there you go.
No, I wouldn't.
Whether a $50 dinner date, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But you went out with her those 3 times with the intention that it could go somewhere, yes?
I did initially like this girl, for sure.
Okay.
But then when I started to get to know her, her situation, even her, it started to dwindle. And then when she called me and said she wanted to break up, then she called me the next day for a hookup.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, well, this is the kind of girl I'm dealing with, right? So,
Right, but then that was clear. At that point, you could make the decision.
yes.
But what you need to do is to find a way to, determine that before it ends up costing you. And as the men, yes, chivalry does exist. So you either want to be selective with the number of dates that you're going on and with who.
Right.
Or you want to go for coffee.
Yes.
I mean, you want to like lower it down a bit. You can still have quality time.
Yeah.
But I have very, very affluent clients that are capable to fly them to Paris.
Sure.
But they'll still do a first date low key and then decide to make that investment if there's chemistry.
And here I am like an idiot. Spending $100. There's no wonder why I can't.
Boy.
Can you take a look at my pictures and just let me know what you think about
Oh,
it?
I've seen you.
Well, guess what?
You're out there,
Carmelia, we're going to SIBO. We're going to
Okay,
SIBO.
we're going to okay.
Well, listen, while you're looking at that, my other question to you is, because I want to get as much in as possible.
Which one is this,
Yeah.
Bumble? Okay.
Yeah, that's Bumble. That one's at Laguna Beach, no big deal.
That doesn't need to be there.
Oh, okay.
Delete that.
I will delete it.
Only because there's no copy here, right? Like in other dating sites, you have a chance to write copy.
Yeah.
So unless you're a beach guy or there's a real message here,
There
this go bye. It's useless.
Oh, boy.
I like
No
the
crap.
Hold your
look at
question.
this picture.
Okay.
I can't really see him.
It's pretty
I just
sweet.
see a frame.
Laguna.
The background is
Laguna.
Yeah, but I'm not
You'll
here to
see.
see the background.
That's
Women don't
correct.
care about that.
Right, right,
Like
right,
we
right.
really don't.
Okay.
The singing photos, they're hot.
Okay,
Like they're
good.
like
Excellent.
appealing. I like the glasses.
Keep going though. You're gonna see a guy flexing on you. And
That's great. That's funny.
Do you
Not
have
bad.
shirtless?
Yeah, that's
I
great.
got a shirtless. You
He's
want
got
to
one
see it?
shirtless, but it's
But I'm
funny.
having fun. I'm jumping
But
off
there's
the
a
dog. I'm
reason.
jumping off the dog.
Like there's a
There's a
shirt. Like this is
reason.
the thing. There's a reason. Like this is the kind of intentional. We want to see your body, but you're being funny about it.
I mean,
so
funny.
you're
Yeah,
not like
right.
half naked
Flexing,
in front
like-
of a mirror.
Right.
Is that the last one?
That's the last one. Yeah. There's.
Like that. I think
But
you
the
need to
beach one's
choose
gotta
two
Okay.
photos. Oh, one photo because
Wow.
it's the same one. So pick your favorite.
Okay. Cool.
Because you're just telling the same thing, but now it's a different. You're in a band. We get it. We
Right.
don't need to do three or four of those.
Sure. It was only 2, but.
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
And this is nice. I prefer brighter.
Yeah.
Brighter,
Brighter.
and you can tell you're in a crowd, so
I
it's
am.
nicer when there's like that background is you just. That's the easy one. I look good in this picture, so I'm gonna crop everyone else out but me. So
Right. Okay.
not the best, but this is not the worst.
Awesome. So, Carmelia, what we've heard so far from both Nicole and Farzan, are these kind of like standard dating experiences that people usually do with, or is this just way out of left field?
No, they're very standard.
Okay.
A lot of people think that their dating concerns are unique to them.
Yes.
But they're quite standard.
I'm sure you've been around, you've heard everything.
I learn something new every day, but
Very
yeah,
good.
these are very common concerns and
Excellent.
scenarios.
So, guys, I think we have time for one more question each. Let's be quick here. Nikki, what do you have to? What do you want to ask?
Kind of going with what Farzan had said, where women are kind of going after what they want, and sometimes women just hook up as well.
Sure.
Do you feel that there are good chances of a long-lasting relationship happening if it started out as a hookup?
100%.
Yeah.
You've got, of course. I think that there are anything. The chances are there. There are people that hook up because they are both sexually compatible, and for them that they don't have any judgment on that. Like a lot of millennials today will have sex first before they decide to go out with them.
Right.
So there's not a rule that says if you hook up, you will not have a long-term relationship. However, that's something that you should gauge and discuss ahead of time, because a man might say he won't judge you for that, and actually judge you. So you
And a lot
really
of them
have
will.
to. Yes.
I know I would.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
No, it's
Yeah.
okay, I won't judge you, and then doesn't call you. So I
Yeah.
always say to women or men, if you sleep with them and you're okay that they ghost you, then go ahead. If you want to hold out, then hold out. Don't ever have that doubt in your mind.
Okay.
Okay, go with your gut instinct.
All right.
Great.
Thank you.
All right. Farzan, what's up, buddy?
So we touched on this already, right? About men paying for things. So in your expert opinion, in today's day and age, what do you think the standard is between men and women picking up a bill, and any advice on that front?
First dates, men always pay. Like what I think
Yes.
is that first dates, men will always, the women will always have this expectation that a man pays.
Okay.
Unless it's discussed in advance, you're going Dutch. However that conversation came about, you know, if you're doing an activity, sometimes if you do an activity where there's an expense and both sides will pay, so activity dates can avoid any cost.
Right.
It doesn't cost anything to go rollerblading. It doesn't cost anything to go for a walk. It doesn't cost anything to go to an art gallery.
Right.
It doesn't cost anything to go bowling, except for the cost of bowling, which is low investment.
Right.
Right? So if you're concerned about paying, choose the places. Go to happy hour. Go to Buckashuck Oysters on Thursdays, wherever that is. So be smart about it.
Right.
STK now has from 3 to 6 half-price appetizers. So you can still go to a fancy place, but you can take advantage of the lower pricing.
Right.
So just really be smart about the finances.
Okay.
So I actually do want to bring this up, because we did have a discussion in pre-production about your experiences specifically with this topic and the correlation between a woman's looks and her ability to, you know, reach for the wallet or pay. You want to maybe share that?
Absolutely.
Because I thought that was very interesting.
Yes, and I really appreciate you bringing it
Oh,
up,
absolutely.
because I completely
Please share,
forgot about
please
that.
share.
And this is a universal.
Quite profound.
Absolutely, and it happens all the time.
I would love to hear Carmelia's
So basically what happens in the dating world is the more attractive in the standards of society, the more attractive the girl is, the less likely it is that she's going to reach for her purse. And I've noticed, 100% of the time that happens. Absolutely, and it's happened many times.
Well, Nikki's like, what? Well, yeah.
So what's up with that, dating expert?
I know.
Because there's an entitlement there, and because they've experienced that over and over again.
Well, I think you know, people can be trained to be a certain way, right? And if you experience going out with women that are very, very attractive and they never pay, first of all, just know that that's the expectation in the first place. Like, women aren't necessarily going to reach for like, why would you go reach for your wallet for a coffee, for example? Right? Like, usually,
on the
for
second
a
date
drink.
or third date when the bill's $100 and she doesn't even attempt to reach for her purse, which is happening.
All the dude wants is the reach.
Right.
Yeah.
Even a fake attempt.
And again,
Come on.
the more
I'm with you, man.
the more attractive the girl is, the more she feels as though she's entitled for you to pay for her.
I think the level of attractiveness really doesn't have anything to do with it. I think it's the quality of the woman that you're dating, no offense.
Right.
Because I know plenty of attractive women that can hold their own, that the example is, while you're gone, bill's already paid.
Right.
And it's like, damn, she picked up the check.
Right.
So that's happened. I work with a lot of very attractive, what by society's metric, that are more than willing to pay, have shared with no problem.
But can we all agree
Did the
here?
reach.
Can we all agree that on the whole, the more attractive the girl, the more entitled that she feels because she has been always.
I think you're goo-goo over the girls.
Not a chance, and I know that guys out there all agree, but that's a male. That's
My thing is,
sound engineer shaking his head.
as I was younger and I'd go out on dates, I would always do the, can I help with that? Like when the bill
Were you
pays.
sincere? Did you
And I
really-
was sincere.
Okay.
'cause,
But you know, I think it's manners and upbringing more than anything.
Right, but
I
now
think
that
you do.
I'm older, I feel if you're inviting me out,
Okay, there you go.
you should have money to pay. And I don't
Well,
necessarily
sure.
fit into the standards of beauty of the Canadian standards of what beauty is. But I feel I'm worth it if you're taking me out.
Yeah, and you're not reaching for your wallet.
I'm not even
right?
reaching anymore. Like
Yeah,
for a
yeah, like
first
the
date,
purse
I'm
is
not
in the
reaching
car.
for her.
First of all,
right. Yeah.
Let me just say, you definitely fit my standards of beauty.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're
this
adorable.
guy. What
Yeah.
a charmer.
So guys,
Yeah.
that was great.
Good point.
Thank you so much, Nicole and Farzan, for joining us and sharing your dating experience with the world, because hope this will be seen worldwide. And thank you to the lovely Carmelia Ray for giving us a bit of insight into what you do with the live coaching and whatnot. That was
Thank
great.
you.
So for joining us today, both of you will be receiving 1 hour of free dating consultation, courtesy of Miss Carmelia Ray.
And for joining you today. They're both single, so anyone wants to apply, they should be contacting me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just make sure you're reaching for that person.
That's it, that's it. And if I will note, that 1 hour, guys, is actually valued at $375. What's the expression that they say that good things aren't cheap?
Right,
or
right. If you're getting crazy,
Right,
you're getting
she's
crazy
great.
advice, right?
You get what you pay for.
You saw an example of it right here, so
Yeah.
She's
definitely appreciate it, take advantage of it. So before we wrap up, Nicole, tell our audience how they can get a hold of you. There's your opportunity to plug whatever projects, whatever you're working on, and your social media. How can people reach you and slide into those DMs
Yes.
in a respectful
In a
way?
respectful
Right.
manner.
Yes.
Well, you can check out my website is nikkiworldboss.com. Again, I'm a travel blogger, so I love to travel. I would love to meet someone who likes to travel as well. Shameless plug. But my Instagram is nikkiworldboss as well. So hit me up on Instagram and we can chat.
Awesome, very nice. And you, Farzan?
Yeah, so I'm old school. I only have Facebook. And trying to spell my name is good luck with that. It sounds like anybody's sliding me anywhere, you know.
We'll
so,
put it up on the screen as well. But
yeah,
spell your full name.
So it's Farzan, like Tarzan with an F. Easy peasy, right? And the last name, Tashvighi. And I'm also part of a band. It's Be Kind Rewind. So www.bekindrewind.ca.
Be kind and rewind.
90s alternative rock cover band. We're playing all around GTA and across Ontario.
Awesome.
All right.
All right.
Check you out on Facebook.
Yes,
Very
sir.
nice,
I
very
feel like
nice.
it should say, be kind, reach for your purse.
I'll show you some business cards on my dates.
I love it. And as for you, Carmelia, you can be reached, of course, at carmeliaray.com, and all your social media platforms pretty much the same handle at Carmelia Ray. So
Yes.
very nice. So thanks, guys. Once again, this was great. Nicole and Farzan, we wish you all the best in your journey at love and dating and all that good stuff. And if you guys do finally find the one and the love, we'll bring you back on the show. We'll do a full recap. Deal?
Would love that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Sounds great.
So guys, thank you so
guys.
much for coming out.
And then we-
Toronto Talk Sports and more. For the love of the six, let's connect.